Okay, so when I first started, this was my Moshi, which I didn't particularly like the look of. It was okay, so I'm just going to show you and talk you through some of the changes that I'm making to get my Moshi to look a little bit more like the original one that I was aiming for. Things like where I've added in the hair up here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the path selection tool to select the path. What is important is that you have here the select all layers on. If you don't, if it says active layer, then what happens is when you try to click on different objects, it appears that it's not working, but actually what it is that you're only working on the active layer. So if you change it, it says all layers, and when you click on the different objects, it does actually select them. So what I'm wanting to do is I want to get rid of this hair in here now. So I'm going to use the direct selection tool, click on the edge here. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these points. So if I use the curvature tool and delete the anchor points, then I'm going to actually undo just by clicking on them. I should be able to do this. I'm just clicking on lots of different ones here to get rid of. There we go. Try not to laugh too much. I think I've seen something like this in a film before. So I should now be able to go back to my tool here, select a point at the top, zoom up. There should be a point here. It's just very difficult to see. I think it's there. There it is. So bring that down there like that, and this one over the whiskers. Okay, so this is a bit more like the shape that I was looking for to start off with. There we go. Now the other thing I did was I added the nose in here, which you can see is it's just two oval shapes again, a black one with a white one over the top of it. So that's quite simple to do. I moved the eyes down the side and I moved this fringe over to the middle. Originally the fringe had a fill colour on it which was like a gradient fill. Selected the wrong thing there, but it was showing up. It's literally the fact that I've got the two colours the same that causes it to blend together. So if I go back to my fill colour here and select the original colour, then it looks like that line's just drawn over the top. In fact, thinking about it, I could probably change. So if let's just try this out. So if I make him blue and then I select the line, all layers, so select tool here, select the time there. Can't get this one. I can't get it. So one of the things that I just suddenly realised was that this fringe bit here, where I had a fill colour on it, if I make it transparent, then it's not going to show up. Then I'm not going to have to worry about the blending on there. So I'm going to use the pointer tool to select that shape, and then I'm actually going to turn the fill off, and then I've just solved that problem. The next bit is the ears that I want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the curvature pen tool. So I do click, click, click. What I want to do then is if I move the position just over there, I can drag that out because I had a new point. It's just there on the line. See, the cursor turns to a plus, and then click there. And then if I go back down to this one here, convert point tool, I want that one to be a point. So it looks like that. Now obviously the colours are not quite right and this point's in the wrong place, so I'm going to adjust some of these. So I'm going to move this one over here like that, move that out so it bends like that. The fill colour, so I'm going to go back to pink on this, so I'm going to go back to that pink there, and I need a line around the outside of it, which is going to be the purple, and I'm going to make that a bit thicker like that, and then this is what is going to form an ear over here. Still got to get it, it's a bit too big. Move it there, and it's still too big, and I'm going to adjust the points of it. So I'm going to zoom in, Control plus, up a bit. Okay, so I'm going to use point edit tool here, so I'm going to bring that in so that overlaps there. So basically I'm covering up the eye, which is, but it looks okay otherwise. Let's get this shape and get this to the right colour as well while we're at it. So there we go. If I zoom out, Control minus to zoom out, that's going to go up there a little bit more. The eye, here we go. So get the eye. This is why we want things grouped, because I can move that down, move it around, makes it much easier. This ear here, I'm going to copy it, Control C, Control V. So I want one on the other side. Save a bit of time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my layers here, and I should be able to transform it, and let's try to find it now. I can't find transform. I know it's Control T, but I don't want to arrange. Image rotation, that's the whole image, so I don't want to rotate the whole image. It's under edit. So here we go. So transform, and I want to flip it horizontally like that. Right, okay, so there's a little problem with the points, creating the points here on the line, so that's not going to work in here. I don't know whether there's another way of doing it. I think I might just have to draw another one. So I'm going to draw another ear. So repeat it, curvature pen tool. So point, 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 and when that goes to plus, drag it out, and this one here to plus, and like that. Get the convert point tool, make sure that's a point there. Interesting that it goes that way. Get the same problem here. So I'm going to have to try and work out why that is. It's to do with the thickness of the line and the curve, and basically the pen size overlaps, but it means that I end up with this overlapping bit here. I know where the settings are for that, which are on the line here. So if I change my line, in this case do it that way there, it solves the problem for the moment. If that solves the problem, then, and I want a copy of my original ear, which is there, I could of course delete this one, take this one again, go to edit, transform, flip it horizontally. Yes, I get that problem, but now I know that if I take the shape and I change the point where the lines are, which is basically where the pen lines up, does it line up over the points that I've drawn or on the outside? So if I change it to that, that gives me the same one. I'll put this down here a little bit. I need to rotate it a bit. There we go, and I'm going to move it up. Okay, so this is looking much better than when I originally started. I have the cheeks and the whiskers to do, so ellipse tool. So we had a little, and that was pale pink. So what I'm going to do here is select my pink, but go to there, turn off the stroke, so we've got no stroke in there. So that's my kind of pink cheek point that I've got in there. Need one for the other side, so copy and paste, put it over there, and then my whiskers that I need, so curvature pen tool, click, click, and bend. Okay, that's, I don't want a fill colour on it, turn the fill off, turn the stroke on, adjust, that's going to work better in the middle, like that. There's the first one. I think it's a bit thick, so I'm going to bring it down in size to there, and then I'm going to draw another one. Pen tool, that's selected, click, that one's still selected, Control Z, undo it, press escape. Okay. The cursor has a little star on it now, which means it's going to start a new one. Push in. Okay. At the moment it's not a star, so I press escape, click, click, push in. There's a whisker there. Okay. Escape, click, click, push in, escape, click, click, push in, escape, click, click. There's my whiskers. Now that is much better than my original one, which was there. That's where I've ended up. That's part of my development. This does take a bit of time to do, but that is part of learning to use the tools and becoming much more comfortable with them.